DeLeo, thank you, and thank you for making this so easy to have happen. Thank you for the snacks and the coffee and offering up your selectmen's meeting room, which is always a treat to be here. I appreciate it. And for all of you on this snowy Friday before a long holiday weekend, thanks for coming down. You know, as we all know, I think the genesis of this came actually when on just before Christmas, I kind of gave a debriefing to the Chatham Board of Selectmen. And it looked at that time as though local aid cuts for the current fiscal year and big question marks about what's coming up for fiscal year 2010 would be for all of us. The commitment I made at that time was to be a conduit of information for all of you who are involved in crafting your municipal budgets. We all know that we can't create good news out of what is maybe less than good news. We all know that unlike the federal government, we in state government can't print money and bring buckets full of it down here. But what I can do, and what the chairman is going to be so helpful to us today, is to give you up-to-the-minute information, such as I have it, so that as you're planning your budgets, you're dealing with current information. And I would certainly like to thank Chairman DeLeo for coming here today. He represents the great city of Winthrop and part of Revere. Some of you may know Winthrop if you've taken either the fast ferry or Cape Air over to Boston. I probably shouldn't say this to you, but we fly on Cape Air right over Winthrop. It's a very quiet airplane.
I hear you every time you fly over.
That's right, exactly. And you know, when I ran in 2006, I said one of my goals was to introduce people in Boston and in the legislature to who we are here on Cape Cod and help them understand what some of our struggles were. However, I think I also said, you know, because people come down here to go to the beach or they come down to play a round of golf, and wouldn't it be perfect to work into that sort of vacation time a little business as well? Well, here I invite you to come down when it's 19 degrees out and there's 4 inches of snow on the ground, so I really appreciate you being here. But seriously, already Chairman DeLeo is a friend to the Fourth Barnstable District. When we heard from the Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority that there wasn't enough money to keep the Flex Bus on the road, it was to Chairman DeLeo's office where I first went to seek help and to seek advice. And not just on one occasion, but many, 4, 5, and 6 meetings. And it was Chairman DeLeo who was the one who really made that $925,000 happen for us here on the Outer and Lower Cape to keep the Flex Bus running. Similarly, when we were looking to enact the Clean Water Act to provide for the 0% financing for what are our very expensive wastewater needs here, it was through an amendment that I filed to the environmental bond bill. Well, that amendment went into the House Ways and Means Committee office, and it was Chairman DeLeo who was really the one who made that amendment stick to the environmental bond bill. So then when it came out to the House floor for a vote at about 11 p.m. on July 31st, the last night of our formal session, that piece was in there, which is going to save most of the communities who are represented here millions and millions of dollars. So he already knows a bit about us, and he's been extraordinarily helpful to us. Mr. Chairman, I can't thank you enough for being here. I think people are eager to sort of have you look into your crystal ball and see what looms ahead on the horizon. So thanks.
Thank you. And I also can't say enough about this lady to my left. I'll tell you, she's a lady who I just have the utmost respect for. Quite frankly, she could ask me to go to Alaska, and I tried to meet her request because she's that effective a state legislator and that effective an advocate on behalf of her constituency. Matter of fact, I was just happened to have her brochure from last election, which I think I can probably take credit for most of these things. But I thought to my thanks to Bob DeLeo here. So.